Sai's Math Buster. My name is Sai and Happy New Year. I've been not uploading videos for a while because I was occupied with some school projects, but now I'm back. I got a new metric for you guys, so let's get started.
So in this video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to multiply a 4-digit number that too simply. So we're going to be using this formula, and our sample or example equation is going to be 2345 times 2726. So let's get started. Our first step is going to be 5 times 6, and we know that's 30. So we write down the 0 and carry forward the 3. Now what we're going to do is 4 times 6, which is 24. And we're going to do 2 times 5, which is 10. And we're also going to add that carry forward to 3. So our answer will be 37. So we write down the 7 over here, carry forward the 3. So after we carry forward 3, what we're going to do is 3 times 6, which is 18. So let me, before we continue the third step, let me explain the first step and the second one. So what we're doing for the first step is multiply this number and this number. And for the second step, we're multiplying 4 times 6 and 2 times 5. So yeah, now let's continue our third step, which is 3 times 6, 2 times 4, and 7 times 5. So yeah, so I've already told you what we're going to do. So let me write it down. 2 times 4 is 8. And we're going to also do 7 times 5, which is 35. We're also going to add the 3, and we'll get 64. So we have to carry forward the 6 and write down the 4. Our next step is going to be 2 times 6, which is 12. And then we're going to do 2 times 5, which is 10. Next is 3 times 2, which is 6. So I'm just going to move this 6 right over here. So it's not going to be a problem when we write down our answers for what we're doing right now. And then what we're going to do is 7 times 4. So 7 times 4 is 28. So we also have to add the other 6 that we carry forward, and we will be getting 62. So I'm going to write down the 2 and carry forward the 6. Now what we're going to do is, so the major step is over. Now we're going to do all the steps, the same steps we did on the right side, like 5 times 6, and 4 times 6, 2 times 5, 3 times 6, 7 times 5, and 4 times 2. Now we're going to copy those 3 steps onto the left side. So we're going to be doing like 4 times 2, 2 times 2, 3 times 7. Yeah, so I just won't like ruin how we're going to do it. So I'm just going to tell you right now. So for the first one, I told you that we were going to do 2 times 2, which is 4, and 2 times 4, which is 8, and we're going to do 7 times 3, which is 21. And we're also going to add the 6. So we will get the answer 39. So we're gonna write down the 9 and carry forward the 3. So yeah, so we wrote down the 9. Here's the 3. And next what we're gonna do is 2 times 7, which is 14, and 2 times 3, which is 6, and that 3. So our total will be 23. So we write down the 3 and carry forward the 2. And when we carry forward the 2, our last step is going to be 2 times 2, which is 4. Add that 2, we'll get 6. And the answer is kind of clumsy here, but the answer, I'm going to write it right where we're solving the equation, which is the answer is 6,392,470. That is just a big answer. And you saw how we solved this equation super simple. So yeah, on to the next equation. So right now I'm going to be explaining each step clearly. So yeah, let's get started. First, this is the first step. So for the first step, it's going to be 5 times 6. Okay? Then for the second step, you have to erase this mark, and then we're going to do the 4 times 6 and 5 times 5. And after that, it's a third step. So the third step is like this. Let me show you. 3 times 6, 5 times 4, and 4 times 5. So yeah, that's the third step. Now we'll go on to the fourth step. So how you do the fourth step is you 2 times 6, 5 times 2, 3 times 5, and 4 times 4. And after you do that, it's the fifth step. So for the fifth step, so you need to do 2 times 5, 4 times 2, and 3 times 4. And next comes the sixth step. So what you do for the sixth step is you do 2 times 4 and 3 times 2. And this is the last and final step, and it's easy. So 2 times 2. So yeah. So our next example is 1325 times 3604. So now we're gonna use the exact same formula to solve this one too. So our first step is gonna be 5 times 4 which is gonna be 20. So write down the 0 and carry forward the 2. And next step is gonna be 2 times 4, which is 8, and 0 times 5, which is 0, and plus the 2, so 10. I'm gonna write down the 0 and carry forward the 1. So our next step is gonna be 3 times 4, which is gonna be 12, and 6 times 5, which is gonna be 30, and 2 times 0, which is gonna be 0, and also a 1 that we carry forward. So our answer will be 43. So we write down the 3 and carry forward the 4. After we carry forward the 4, our step is gonna be 1 times 4. So, I'm sorry. So 1 times 4, which is gonna be 4. And then we've got 3 times 5, which is 15. So, I'm just gonna write the 4 in the ones place so it's more easier. And then our step is gonna be 3 times 0, which we know is 0. And then 6 times 2, which is gonna be 12. And then the 4 we carry forward. So our total is going to be 35. So I'm first going to write down the 5 and then carry forward the 3. So there's all of this stuff and then write out 3. Our next step is going to be 3 times 2. So 3 times 2 is 6. 1 times 0. And 6 times 3. 18. And the 3 we carry forward. So our total is gonna be 27. So we're gonna write down the 7, carry forward the 2. And our next step is gonna be doing 1 times 6 and 3 times 3. 1 times 6 is 6. And 3 times 3, which is 9. Plus the 2 we carry forward. So our total is going to be 17. So we write down another 7 and carry forward the 1. And then our last and final step for this equation is going to be 1 times 3, which is 3, plus the 1 we carry forward, 4. So our answer is kind of like stuck over here too. So I'm just going to write it down more clearly. It's going to be 4,775,300. So yeah, that's it for this video. So now I'm gonna be explaining briefly the steps for the second equation. So let's get started. So like I said in the past video, I said there are 7 steps in order for this formula. So I'll show you each step for this equation. So this is the first step. So what we have to do is 5 times 4. And now this is the second step. What we have to do is 2 times 4 and 5 times 0. And this is the third step. So what we have to do for that is 3 times 4, 5 times 6, and 2 times 0. This is the fourth step. So you have to do 1 times 4, 5 times 3, 3 times 0, and 2 times 6. After you're done with that, the fifth step comes in. So for the fifth step, what you have to do is 1 times 0, 2 times 3, and 3 times 6. And for the sixth step, what you have to do is 1 times 6 and 3 times 3. And then for the last and final step, the seventh step, what you have to do is 1 times 3.
I hope you understood that technique. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button. If you want more videos like this, hit the bell icon. And if you think this would help other people, hit the like and share button. I'll catch you with another technique. Thank you for watching.